The Recess Queen, written by Alexis O'Neill, illustrated by Laura Haliska Beef.
Mean Jean was recess queen, and nobody said any different. Nobody swung until Mean Jean swung. Nobody kicked until Mean Jean kicked. Nobody bounced until Mean Jean bounced. If kids ever crossed her, she'd push 'em and smush 'em, lollapalush 'em, hammer 'em, slammer 'em, kiss and kajammer 'em.
Say what?
Mean Jean growled.
Say who?
Mean Jean howled.
Say you! Just who do you think you're talking to?
Mean Jean always got her way, until one day. A new kid came to school, Katie Sue. A teeny kid, a tiny kid, a kid you might scare with a jump and a boo. But when the recess bell went ringety-ring, this kid ran zingety-zing for the playground gate. Katie Sue swung before Mean Jean swung. Katie Sue kicked before Mean Jean kicked. Katie Sue bounced before Mean Jean bounced. The kid you might scare with a jump and a boo was too new to know about Mean Jean the Recess Queen. Well, Mean Jean bullied through the playground crowd. Like always, she pushed kids and smushed kids, lollapalushed kids, hammered 'em, slammered 'em, kits and kajammered 'em as she charged after that Katie Sue.
Say what?
She growled.
Say who?
She howled.
Say you!
She snarled and grabbed Katie Sue by the collar.
Nobody swings until Queen Jean swings. Nobody kicks until Queen Jean kicks. Nobody bounces until Queen Jean bounces.
And she figured that would set the record straight. She figured wrong. Katie Sue talked back. Just as sassy as could be, she said,
"How did you get so bossy?"
Then that puny thing, that loony thing, grabbed the ball and bounced away. Oh, Katie Sue was one quick kid. She bolted quick as lightning. Bouncity, bouncity, bounce. Kickety, kickety, kick. Swingety, swingety, swing. Mean Jean thundered close behind. Bouncity, kickety, swingety. The Recess Queen was not amused. She raced and chased and in-your-faced that Katie Sue. No one spoke. No one moved. No one breathed. Then from her pack pulled Katie Sue a jump rope clean and bright.
"Hey, Jeanie Beanie,"
sang Katie Sue.
"Let's try this jump rope out."
Here's one thing true. Until that day, no one dared ask Mean Jean to play. But that Katie Sue just hopped and jumped and skipped away.
"I like ice cream. I like tea. I want Jean to jump with me."
Jean just gaped and stared as if too scared to move at all. So Katie Sue sang once more.
"I like popcorn. I like tea. I want Jean to jump with me."
Then from the side a kid called out,
"Go, Jean, go!"
And too surprised to even shout, Jean jumped in with Katie Sue.
"I like cookies. I like tea. I want you to jump with me."
The rope whizzed and slapped. Faster, faster. The rope spun and flapped. Faster, faster. till it caught in a tangled disaster. But they just giggled and jumped again. Well, now when recess rolls around, that playground's one great place. At the school bell's ringety-ring, those two girls race zingety-zing out the classroom door. Jean doesn't push kids and smush kids, lollapalush kids, hammer 'em, slammer 'em, kits and kajammer 'em, 'cause she's having too much fun rompity-romping with her friends. Bouncity, kickity, swingity, hoppity, skippity, jumpity, ringety, zingety, yes!
Katie Sue was too new to know about Mean Jean's reputation, and when she found out, she wasn't afraid of Jean. Katie Sue thought Jean might be lonely, so she invited her to play. That one act of kindness changed everything for Jean. Now she has lots of friends. I hope you enjoyed our story today. Thank you for reading with me. See you next time. Subscribe for more story time, and don't forget to click the bell so you'll know each time a new video is posted.
Good morning and happy Thursday. It is, oh my gosh, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q day. We've already made it to the letter Q, so happy Q day. Let's do the date and then we'll talk about some Q words. Here we go. Well, the month has not changed. It is still May. And today, well, yesterday was the 20th day. So today is the 21st day. After 20 comes the number 21. So it is May 21st, 2020. So let's get that date written. January, February, March, April, May. Month number 5. So here it is. Today is the 21st day, so we're going to write the number 21, and it's 2020, but we're only going to write 20. So there we have it, 5-21-20, May 21st, 2020. Wow. All right, it is a new day, so we need a new cube, and now I'm going to have to start pushing these down. Let's see, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus our 1 for today equals 6. 5 plus 1. There it is. 6 cubes. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 10 rods. And of course we have 100 flat. All right. 100 flat is equal to the number 100 plus 6 10 rods. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, plus our cubes. We have 6 cubes, so it must be the number 6. All right, so if we take 100 plus 60 plus 6 and we join them all together, we get the number 166. There it is. I love that trick. It is the 166th day of kindergarten, and it's Q day. Speaking of the letter Q, let me tell you some things that I think about when I hear the Q sound. Q. Remember, if you remember back, Q is a little tricky because I would say almost every time you write the letter Q, let's see, I'll write it right here. Let's see, around and up, down and a smile. Oh, you got to see that, guys. There we go. Every time you write the letter Q, well, almost every time you need that letter after it, and it is the letter U. So you will usually see these letters together almost always, almost every time. So just remember, Q and U, it's like they're married. They're together. All right. So here's some things I think about. Well, I always love to be cozy, so I think of, it's not a blanket, it's a quilt. Do you see it? Q-U, it's together. Quilt. All right. Well, of course I think of these because, well, we learned about these back when we were talking about symbols of California. Can you think of it? It is oh yeah, you know it. It's a quail. Look how it's spelled. There it is. Q-U. Quail. All right. And then I just love this rock crystal. It is I know my rock lovers out there know what it is. It is quartz. Quartz. And look at that. There it is again. The Q and the U together. So those are some of the things I think about when I hear the qu sound, or if I think of just the letter Q. Of course, I think of quiet because I'm a teacher and a mom, so that word always comes to mind. All right, let's talk about your work. Here we go. All right, let's talk about your work for today on Q Day. First, you're going to get into Seesaw, and your Seesaw practice today is just practicing some Q-U words and really putting in your brain that Q and U, they're married. You usually, almost always see a Q with a U. So some words to practice reading in Seesaw with Q-U words. Go into Raz Kids, do a little reading for about 15 minutes. Click on your Jack Hartman link. Listen to the words that Jack Hartman thinks of when he hears the qu sound. Your math today is pretty simple. I want you to count to 100. I want you to do it twice. First, I want to see how quickly you can do it. How quickly can you count to 100? I don't know. Try it out. Then, after you do it super quickly, take a minute, catch your breath. Then I want you to do it very quietly, but so someone can hear you also, almost in a whisper. Quickly and quietly counting to 100. Practice, practice, practice. Okay? You're, of course, going to go into your letter book, and this is where I can't wait to see all your pictures and things that you think of when you hear the Q sound, or you just think of the letter Q. And remember, those Qs, lowercase q's, they're a little tricky to make. It is a falling letter, and I want you to remember, let's see, I'll do one right here for you. You're going to go Q. Here it is. I did it on the board. I didn't think you could see it very good. You're going to go up and around. And then you're going to go way down and then smile. That's a Q. Okay? Sometimes some people make a Q where they go up and around and down, and it's not a smile. It's more like a check mark. I'm okay with either way as long as your Q's fall below the line. They're falling letters. All right, so those are Q words. And, well, to be honest, your letter challenge for today, I want you to take a picture of something you're doing totally quiet. You have to do it for 15 minutes. You have to let mom or dad or whoever you're with totally quiet 15 minutes. Take a picture of it so I can see. That's your big challenge for today. All right? Okay, well, I will see you tomorrow. Happy Q Day. All right, take it easy. Goodbye.